Today, I am talking about how to get 4 new clients without overwhelm or sacrifice. Now, I know for so many entrepreneurs, myself included, when you're first getting started really running your business, it's like, oh my God, what the heck am I supposed to do? I need new clients yesterday. How do I do that? And I want to help you get clear on that today. Now, let's dive straight into this, shall we? Now, what I'm about to show you is a piece of my Rise Business Academy methodology. Now, Rise stands for raising your income, your spiritual connection, and your energy so that you can build at least a $250,000 business and keep growing from there. Now, my Rise Business Academy is my year-long business training program. And in that program, I'm all about helping you do those things. Connect with your spiritual connection, be able to do less and raise your energy, and get really systematic about raising your income. Now, for many of you, getting those 4 clients is what you are interested in doing right away. So, step number 1. Stop hoping and praying. Now, I don't mean stop hoping and praying altogether. I'm a big fan of hoping and praying. But generally, entrepreneurs are running their businesses on sort of this, like, what I call ceiling marketing. And here's what ceiling marketing is. Do, 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 do. Wondering what I'm doing? I'm waiting for clients to fall from the ceiling. Now, tell me in the comments, just out yourself right now. Tell me, put the word ceiling marketing in the comments if you know you're one of these people. It's okay. We've all been ceiling marketers in the past. We want to stop waiting for our clients to fall from the ceiling. We also want to stop trying to hope and pray that we're going to get a referral or that something's going to happen and a new client is going to come to us. And instead, we want to use our numbers. This is the difference between emotional business management and strategic business management. In the Rise Business Academy at Revenue Breakthrough, we're now part of this family together. I teach all of you to run your businesses through strategy and not emotion. Now, here's your strategy. 4 clients. You want 4 clients. For most of you, you're going to have a conversion rate of 1 out of 4. What that means is that you're going to talk to 4 people in order to get 1 of them to sign up to be your clients. 4 people to get 1 of them to be your clients. So that means that if you want 4 new clients, whenever you want them, next 30 days, next 60 days, let's just say the next 60 days, just so we have a time frame here, that means that you're going to want to generate at least 16 sales conversations. 16 sales conversations. So now you have a number. What I want you to do is take a big Post-it pad, put 16 circles on the Post-it pad. Each of those circles stands for a sales conversation that you are going to be having. Then every time you have one of those sales conversations, you put the initials in the circle so that you can cross it off as you go along. Whether you're doing this for 30 days, whether you're doing this for 60 days, totally up to you. Okay. Now, the next number is if you want 16 sales conversations, now you're going to need to get in front of a certain number of people to generate that sales conversation. Now, honestly, that number could be anything, the number of people that you need to get in front of, right? It's sort of random as to like, well, how am I going to get 16 sales conversations? Like, where do I even start? So I'm going to pick a number that you can just use as a beginning number. And my suggestion is that you get in front of at least 48 people over the next 60 days in order to generate those 16 sales conversations. So where did I get 48 from? I multiplied 16 by 3. And mind you, I did have to look down and do that on my phone because I don't do math in front of a room. Don't fault me. 48 people. So now we've stopped wishing and hoping and praying and waiting for the ceiling and running our businesses by emotion. And now we are getting strategic, people. We need 16 sales conversations. We need to get in front of at least 48 people. Are you on board? If you're on board, put a yes. in the chat. Let's move on to step number 2. Step number 2 is letting the number set you free. So now, instead of focusing on what you can't do, instead of focusing on hoping that the referrals are going to come in, instead of focusing on wishing that the clients should walk through your door, now I want you to let the numbers set you free and set you into action. Set you into action. So now everything in your world is getting in front of at least 48 people, getting in front of at least 48 people, getting in front of at least 48 people. Got it? So now let's move on to step number 3, fireworks. Now, I simplify marketing as much as possible. And one of the concepts that I teach is that there are 2 different groups of marketing activities, or what I call marketing exposure activities, which I call the marketing dashboard, and marketing fireworks activities. Now, there are 3 main fireworks activities to get clients. Now, the reason that I call them fireworks activities is because they go off, boom, in the sky like fireworks when you do these activities, and then the sparks come flying down. And each of those sparks stands for a sales conversation. So, the main firework activity, if you are a new or beginning business owner, that I want you to focus on is speaking. Speaking in front of people, either live speaking, like in person, or virtual speaking events. Why? Because speaking is by far the best way to have people convert to want to be your client. Now, the other thing that's great about speaking is it's a form of long form content. When somebody hears you speak for 45 minutes or 60 minutes or 90 minutes, it's a fantastic way for them to get to know you and then to have you and to then want to work with you. So, how are you going to get speaking events, especially if you don't really, if you don't have one planned? Well, one way that you could do a speaking event is what I call a living room event. And a living room event is where you go to a friend's house, somebody who knows a lot of people. You ask them to invite all their friends over. You pay for the pizza, you pay for the wine, and then you take that opportunity to do your talk, whatever your talk is, in front of them and sign them up for conversations. Now, I used to do this in the form of a movie night. Back in the day when I first started my first business, I would invite my clients over, my current clients, and then I would invite them to bring a friend with them, and then we would watch a movie together. And it was right when The Secret came out, and so I would often show the movie The Secret. We would have a discussion, we would have healthy foods, and then I would get to know the friends that the clients brought and have them sign up for sales conversations with me. Because remember, the goal is 16 sales conversations. And then from there, they could become my clients. Now, for those of you, there's another. So what I want you to be aiming for is at least one speaking event at least every other week. So that's 2 to 3 speaking events per month. 2 to 3 speaking events per month. You can go to your local bookstore, you can go to your gym, you can go to your yoga studio, you can go to your YMCA, you can go to your women's groups, you can go to book clubs that hang out locally. I did speaking events and spin classes. Like, I did it everywhere. I used to be in a master swim club, and I asked my swim teacher if I could talk for 10 minutes at the beginning of the swimming class, and he let me. So be creative with how you get the speaking events. Now, the second firework that I want you to consider, and this is for those of you that feel like the speaking events are happening a bit slower than you would like, is I want you to do some videos. Videos like this one. So the videos could be live or they could be pre-recorded videos where you teach concepts from your signature methodology. They can be longer videos, maybe 10, 12 minutes, and then do some shorter ones, 1 to 2 minutes, and put them up every week. Now, this moves us on to slow but steady. So here's the deal. This is where so many of you get confused. In the category, there's marketing fireworks, which convert clients very quickly. But then there's marketing exposure activities, or what I call the marketing dashboard. And this is slow but steady. So social media, videos, newsletters, podcasts, they all fall under slow but steady. So this is one of the reasons, if you've been doing these for a while, you may not be having the traction that you would like in order to pay your bills, because these are slow but steady activities. So my favorite slow but steady activity is doing videos. So I would recommend one live every single week. And then that live could be repurposed and put on a YouTube channel. And then I would also recommend a short video every week, a 1 or 2 minute video every week. Now, these are slower channels. So you may need to be doing 90 days worth of doing these videos before you start to get traction, both in the terms of the algorithm picking you up and showing you to people, and people watching your videos and connecting with you. But that is okay. Slow but steady is still good in order for you to start to build that following. All right. Step number 5, overview. All right, so let's go from the top. 16, so we want 4 new clients. We want to do 16 sales conversations. We want to get in front of 48 people. We want to do a fireworks activity. The main one I could recommend is a speaking event. Between 1 and 3 speaking events per month. 3 if you're on more of the side of really needing more clients. Remember, planning your own little events, like a living room event, is important. One thing that I did not say about speaking events is that I want you guys to do speaking events where other people fill the room for you. So that's why I said in the living room event, you go to a friend and you have your friend invite all of her friends over. That is important for you to get, because I don't want you having to fill the event on your own. I want you to be able to get help from organizations to help you fill the event. So 1 to 3 speaking events per month. Then we went into step 4, which was slow but steady. So choosing a marketing activity that is slow but steady will also help you get those 4 clients. And I like video for that. So 1 live video per week, and then 1 short 1 to 2 minute video per week in this run up of getting those clients. Now, I know you can do all of this. It is, I know, because you're amazing, and know that I'm super excited for you to comment below and tell me, are you in? Are you going to go do these things to get those 4 clients? Because I want to know. And if you have questions, please comment below. Now, understand that one of the most important elements of following this whole strategy is trusting yourself and trusting the process. I know that's the hardest piece. And so what I want to remind you of is how brilliant you are, how much you know already, and how you can go out and shift the world just by taking massive amounts of action. Next week, I'm going to be back. I'm going to be doing a more personal one next week about what it's like to be in business with chronic illness, which is something I've dealt with for the last 10 years, and some tips on how to help with that. So if you or you know somebody who might be interested in that, please let them know about it, because I'm super excited to be sharing things that are sort of super personal and vulnerable to me. Mwah! Here's to you going out there and getting those 4 clients.